2-0, and you hated to see that Rob go down 3-0 to Dialga before poor Grayson. Here you got one of the best ones to ever do it. We got Illusion's very own Epic Gabriel out here going up against Tohru, the Palutena. This is a matchup. It's kind of bad. Much like what we saw before. Rob he loses to women. I don't know what it is.
We've been going from one unfavorable Rob matchup into another. First we had Rob versus Bayonetta, and now we've got Rob versus Palutena. So we're going to see what a different Rob player can do against a different bad matchup. Like there's not much more to say about it. Palutena has the potential to just kind of carry Rob around the stage and back, dealing like absolutely ludicrous amounts of damage with like the Nair chains and the back air, falling back air into explosive flame into back air. Like there's just some stuff that Rob struggles so hard to escape from, and Palutena is one of those things that Rob cannot escape from. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what Gabe does here in order to combat this.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be up there. I mean, Palutena, I don't even know if it's necessarily just like, like the huge punish game of Palutena, because Nair strings work on everybody. That's just a fact of nature. It's harder for her to land it on some other characters, like some shorter ones, like your, the rats, Pichu, Pikachu, your Nesses, those little tiny characters. They're literally rats.
No,
I didn't mean anything by that.
Yellow rats.
They're stinky yellow rats. They're stupid yellow rats. And not to be confused with Stinky Blue Rat. Shout out to him. I love his content. He's hilarious. But anyway, this one's a little different because Palutena, she's got those pretty solid invincible hitboxes in back air and dash attack, the latter of which being amazing at catching landings, beating out so many options. Rob likes to land with neutral air. And unless you're really good at parrying that, you're not going to get too much off of shield unless he does it right in front of your face or doesn't cross you up with it. Palutena, on the other hand, what has she got? She's got those invincible moves, dash attack, it's going to beat out that hitbox straight out if she is able to get that out in time, which any top-level Palutena will get to do. Any top-level Palu, they want to keep their opponent in disadvantage as much as possible. And Palutena, she's got some keep you in disadvantage buttons. That's the most elegant way I could possibly put that.
The keep you in disadvantage factor that you just brought up is something that I want to point out. I would like to recall a set, I can't remember exactly what bracket it was in, but from a little bit back of Louis Money versus Epic Gabriel. Where Epic Gabriel won, but just barely, and it was because every single time Louis let him out of disadvantage, Epic Gabriel took like 80% for it. Like, Louis had him like beat the entire time, but the fact of the matter was that Gabe was living to like 160, 180 every single stock, and the fact that he was living so long forced Louis Money into like, eventually he's going to make a mistake, right? Like, when your opponent is living for that long, you're eventually going to drop a combo, you're eventually going to drop a string, and in those tiny, tiny moments were when Epic Gabriel just said, haha, you're dead.
Yeah, give Rob an inch, he takes a mile, my friend. I mean, this character's punish game is nothing to be slept on either. I love the jet boost right there into the falling neutral air to just work around Tohru's hitbox and catch him in a place where he didn't expect. And I really like forward throw as the option right there. Rob has like this, as the down air takes the stock, Rob has like this weird little sweet spot, right? Where he grabs you at a certain percent, and the optimal throw, it's very awkward. Because at low percent, as we all know, it's up throw. That's how he gets his damage. At kill percent, he can get that down throw, which will link into up air or link into up smash, whatever. Or up throw just as a kill throw. But there's this awkward little middle ground last, where up throw is not going to combo anymore, nor is it going to kill. And they're going to be able to mash out of down throw very easily. So what Epic Gabriel did right there is he actually forward threw. A throw that would actually catch Tohru off guard to put him at disadvantage so he could jump up and catch him with a jet boost right there into a side B. Some situation like that. Yeah, you got to remember, if you don't always get combos off of grabs, you got to remember, you still do get positioning for it. And that can be just as good, if not better, from time to time.
Yeah, right there, Gabe doing a great job of demonstrating your point very well. And Tohru taking the stock with Explosive Flame at, a good percentage, 150%. You don't really want your opponent living for that long, but you'll take the kills where you can get them. But like you mentioned, Gabriel is if nothing if not a master of this character. Tohru, nothing like to be said bad about them, but there is no way that Tohru could have been prepared for Gabe to switch up the grab game, and instead of going for the down throw up smash or up throw up air, etc., Gabe just like suddenly F throws and side Bs, and Tohru was clearly caught off guard by it because the side be connected. And right there, that up air on the teleport cancel, it brings Tohru into the exact same position that they were in first stock, getting thrown off stage, and on the recovery, Gabe catching the up B very, very comfortably with the down air and getting a stock for it.
It's definitely not too early for Epic Gabriel to really tell, but a lot of Tohru's, as that up air does take the stock straight up, actually. Very awkward spot to DI it, and actually good stuff to Tohru for landing that weird part of the up air. And now we're back to even. And so far, like, you know, every solid bread and butter thing that Tohru is whipping out is working. Epic Gabriel is still up for the time being, but that could change in a moment's notice. But I gotta be honest, what I'm not seeing too much of from Tohru is dash attack. He's really not using it too much. I'm not sure if it's because he doesn't want to commit or if he's never really able to keep Rob in disadvantage in that kind of way. What I'm really seeing is just this solid, classic half grappler game coming out from Tohru instead. Because Palutena, I want to call her a jack of all trades. This character can do pretty much anything. Her normals are incredible and pretty much allow for that. Her B moves are amazing for zoning and catching jumps as well. Beautiful stuff right there. I was going to say, it was just bread and butter, solid, fundamental Palutena instead. No gimmicks here instead, my friends. Palutena, you can call her, an all-rounded character, but the way that Tohru was playing her in that first game was honestly kind of half grapplerish. Just whipping out like neutral airs, to get those combos when he has to. But for the most part, he was doing anything and everything all possible to land those grabs. He grabbed Epic Gabriel a lot. And whenever he did get a lot off of it, whether it was a combo or just solid positioning instead. And because of that, I think that's why he was able to take that game, besides that amazing jump read right there with the up air. That was a really good call out. He knew the risk too.
You mentioned how Palutena is a jack of all trades, and I really want to go a little bit deeper on that point before we get into this next game, but they're not really going to give us a chance to do it. However, there are two characters in this game that I would give the label of jack of all trades to, and that is Wolf and Palutena, because both of these characters have the ability to do whatever another character specializes in, and slightly worse, but the fact that they can do it all is incredible. Like, Palutena has the ability to zone with both auto reticle and explosive flame. Palutena has the ability to combo with nair and fair and back air and dash attack. Palutena has the ability to grapple with her incredible out of shield game and her incredible grab game. Palutena can just do whatever your character can do, and again, slightly worse, she is not better than a dedicated boxer at boxing, but with the fact that Palutena can change up her different game styles into any of them is incredibly good. Because as long as they're not too dedicated to a specific type of playstyle and they continuously change it up, they won't get beat because their opponent can't be ready for it.
I agree with absolutely everything you said, as that beautiful up B jump boost right there into the up air is going to catch Tohru off the top. I got to be honest, though. I got to talk to Future Last and Future Nintunist and Future whoever is going to watch this VOD for a second. You were going off on your point as that up smash is going to take the stock, bring us back to even. I don't know if you noticed this. At the beginning, Tohru, he low-profiled Gabriel's gyro, his, grounded, thrown out gyro, by dash dancing back and forth. And Palutena's hurtbox just lowered because of it, because she, she heard, her hurtbox changes because she, bends over a little bit and just straightens her body out. He straight up just dashed back and forth in front of Rob and, just in the perfect placement. And he was able to get under the gyro and low profile it. I didn't even know Palutena could do that. That's kind of amazing.
I did notice it, and I didn't think... I don't think I actually have seen it before, but yeah, the different characters who kind of bend forward and lower their heads while they dash do have the ability to low profile. One of the most notable, of course, being the yellow rats. When Pikachu dashes, he has the ability to kind of just ignore enemy attacks at certain ranges. And we just saw Tohru doing the same by dash dancing back and forth around gyro. But right there, Gabe catching the jump out of shield with a falling back air sweet spot right there, taking the advantage in the set. But we did see Gabe in advantage earlier last set before Tohru managed to get some insane connections and insane strength. Gabriel connecting with the full charge laser right there, though. That's going to be a lot of nice percent that he's going to love to have as soon as he loses this stock. Because right now, it's not so much about getting the kill and taking the game. It's about getting as much extra credit as possible before Tohru manages to take this stock and bring it back to even.
I know, my friend. Just shout out to Mrs. Puff. All this extra credit is so important on the part of Gabriel right here. It's just going to make it that much harder for Tohru when he even does take this stock, if he takes this stock, for him to even be able to get around it. And one thing I'm really loving from Epic Gabriel right here is whenever he's in disadvantage, not just only mixing up his options to ensure he makes it back, but he's throwing the gyro at just the perfect times whenever Tohru tries to edge guys. That back air takes the stock. Whenever Tohru tries to edge guard him with an explosive flame. It's like, any, like, high-level Palu will tell you, yeah, you gotta be careful when you use neutral B and side B in neutral, because depending on what character you're playing in, it is a commitment, and if they expect it, they can easily punish you for it and get a hard punish on Palu for it. Rob, it's a little bit of a different story because he has an amazing projectile that just comes out so fast that even when he's off the level, as that back air takes the game, putting Gabriel on the board, whenever Epic Gabriel is off the level and he's getting edge guarded by the explosive flames, he uses the jetpack to just jump around it, throw a gyro out, and he hits Palu when he's the one at disadvantage, just letting him get back on stage for free. And then you got to play neutral with Rob again, and
yeah,
God knows who wants to do that. Am I right?
I'm sure I've said this before, but Epic Gabriel is probably so there are like 5 or 6 top Rob players, right? We've got Wadi, who doesn't play Wi-Fi but still #1 Rob player in the world offline. We've got Viri, we've got Epic Gabriel, we've got Raffi X, we've got Benny and the Jets, we've got Grayson, who we just saw. Like, there are so many top Rob players out there. We can't even count them on all my fingers. But Gabriel is definitely, probably, most certainly the best of the Rob players at using gyro. Gabriel does not only like throwing gyro out at the right time to set up for combo interruptions, but also setting up gyro in neutral to disrupt his opponent's game plan. Like I've seen before, I'm sure you've seen in the past that combo where Rob bounces his opponent back and forth off gyro, so it's gyro down tilt, up smash.
Yeah.
I've seen Gabe do it more times than I can count, and it's because he's so good at setting gyro up into a position on the stage where his opponent has no choice but to fall into it or get hit by something even more devastating.
That's the word, my friend, and here we are on Battlefield. Disadvantage field, as some like to call it. These platforms make it that much... They make your landings that much more linear. I always say this when I'm on commentary, but it's a very like low-level opinion that the platforms make it easier for you to land because you have more spaces to land. It's really not true. If anything, it makes your landings that much harder, that much easier for your opponent to react to, and that much easier to punish you for, because you land on the platform, you have that slight landing lag when doing it, depending on how you land and what you do. And even with those like universal frames that were changed in this game. Oh my, that's death!
Not quite.
Not quite.
Wow.
Battlefield.
Battlefield, baby. But
wow.
I do want to point out, yeah, the universal jump squat and universal landing lag definitely changed up the meta a bit, especially for stages like Battlefield, because in games like Melee specifically, where you have certain characters have the ability to kind of just ignore that, specifically Puff, by just going around it and not landing on any platforms. It's a much different game, whereas here you don't really have a choice to whether or not to land on the platform. You're just kind of stuck getting put there, and you need to figure out how to get out of that disadvantage because you can't L cancel. You can't cancel the lag of that landing. You're stuck getting at least some sort of punish if your opponent's ready.
Honestly, and speaking of punishes, man, Tohru's are so solid, man. Already lapping him in percent on this final stock, trying to read with these up and forward smashes out here. And speaking of reads with up smashes, there you go. Epic Gabriel landing one of his own right there to try and even this game out back a bit. But man, he is utilizing the Battlefield pick to its full utility, right here, my friends.
Yeah,
I mean, he's just able to keep Rob in disadvantage for so long with the platforms, and not only that, but he's comboing off the platforms. These explosive flame recoveries that he's able to convert into up airs. He almost killed Epic Gabriel on his first stock because of that.
You can definitely tell that this was Tohru's counterpick, of course.
Yes,
Epic Gabriel winning game 2, meaning that he gets to ban 2 stages and Tohru gets to pick for this game. And you can tell how comfortable Tohru is on Battlefield playing like this. This could be a down throw up air. He was so close to catching the mash out with the up air right there, and that could have killed on Battlefield. Despite the little bit higher blast zones than usual, it is Battlefield. Epic Gabriel was like poised to take that stock at a low-ish percent due to the fact that he got the connection on top blast zone. Right there, the side B is going to do it. And despite Tohru lapping Epic Gabriel in stocks and percents just a moment ago, we are back to even.
I love the positioning on Epic Gabriel's part right there. Just utilizing the dash on the what am I trying to say here? The dash stick on the up B right there to make him sure that he did that to sort of condition Tohru to like go towards the ledge in the one space that he wanted. And then in the one time where he actually did get there is when he just whipped out the side B at the exact right time, man. He wouldn't have landed that side B if he didn't go out there to intimidate Tohru in the first place. And speaking of intimidation, it's not even gonna matter. Just landing the tip of that up smash right at the top of the wall. Palutena showing you what she believes in, my friend. The goddess herself.
Tippy top right there of the up smash just managed to catch Epic Gabe's on the landing, and
the tip,
you know,
baby.
just the tip, obligatory, just managed to get the kill right there. Epic Gabriel was starting to kind of claw back the lead right there until Tohru managed to connect with that, and it ended in Gabe's death. Tohru is now up, 2-1 in the set.
Just like Marth, baby, just the tip. My God. There you go. One more, and Tohru's going to be moving on in winners here. This would definitely be an upset, to say the least.
I don't know how. Let me look how much higher. Epic Gabriel is the 3rd seed of this tournament, and Tohru is the 46th. So
that's pretty high.
That's 46th beating 3rd is quite the upset, you know.
Yeah. Here we are on Final Destination.
Final Destination. Again, we were talking about how bad those platforms are for Rob, and Gabe must have heard us because he goes, all right, no more platforms.
Yeah, it's like, you know, he's going to get Nair stringed on a stage like Battlefield regardless. Like, Palu's Nair strings are just that. They're her Nair strings. If you're you know, you got to be new to Smash Ultimate to really not know about Palutena's neutral air strings. They're pretty much true no matter what. So it's not going to matter that he's on FD to really try and force his way out of those. Rather, those neutral exchanges that he's going to have, more so the way that Epic Gabriel is going to be able to get out of disadvantage. It's going to be much, much easier on a stage like this rather than on one like Battlefield where your landings are just that much linear, trying to contest with Palutena's hitboxes on the way down, the huge hitboxes in neutral air and up air and back air and explosive flame, all that stuff. Now, if Epic Gabriel plays his cards right and is patient where he has to be, despite being the big body that he is that up smash takes the stock, the lack of platforms, it's going to make it that much easier for him to be able to get in and around, as you can see. Case in point, Epic Gabriel already up in the stocks, and this punish, my God, is that it? No,
so
not yet, but almost.
The second stock already. Gabe has already once again lapped Tohru in stocks. Looking to take a second stock before his first one is even gone right now. That'll be the advantage he needs to take this to Game 5. But I do want to point out that because Tohru won Game 3, it means no matter what, the last game of the set, if Epic Gabriel is to win, the last game of the set has to be on Tohru's counterpick. It is a great position to be in, because despite the fact that Tohru can't take him to Battlefield again, you know, MDSR being a factor, Tohru can't take him back to Battlefield where he looked so very strong. But I'm sure that being like the character specialist of Palutena that Tohru is, they have something else in their pocket that they know they can do a number against this character on. Right there, Epic Gabe connecting with the up smash. Great job right there to take the second stock. These double rolls trying to confuse the dash dancing. Getting a lot of nice percent already, yeah.
Pretty solid right here. Up and around we go. That should be a double up air. No, actually waiting for the air dodge and messing up is Tohru instead, actually. Neutral going to reset after that. Very interesting interaction right there, but catching the gyro with the forward air, nothing doing by throwing it back down right there. Already very much lapped in percent, and that's definitely going to do it right there. The lightweight of Palutena, definitely going to launch her off of the side right there. One of the only real, what am I trying to say here? One of the only real downsides of Palutena as a character is that she's kind of light, a little bit down there, just below Toon Link and above Marth, I believe. So sort of on the borderline of real lightweight territory, and not really a featherweight.
Yeah. Like you said, like right on the border between the midweights and the skinny boys. So does die pretty early, especially to a character with as much kill power as Rob. We are about to see our first Game 5 of this stream. So getting into this, I'm going to go take a peek into the Smash GG and see what the stage bans are looking like. And it looks like Tohru is going to take us to PS2 for the final game of this set. It's a good counter pick. If I recall correctly, PS2 was our first game of the set, and Tohru did win it in a very close game. So probably wanting to replicate that first victory, but of course, Epic Gabriel making it as close as he did that game, probably most definitely learned from what happened that game and is ready to take this set over Tohru.
Absolutely, and it could be bad right here, but no, Tohru with the common knowledge to jump right there, knowing that even if he did that, it would have been a better chance of surviving had he gotten hit by a jump side B right there. But Epic Gabriel going for the low one, nothing doing, says Tohru. He says, I'll eat that damage, but I am not done with you yet. I want this upset, and I want it now.
Catching that dash attack, almost connecting with the up air, too. That would have been disastrous because that would have put Gabe into a juggle situation. Great job avoiding the explosive flame right there, because that could have, again, you know, we say it about, like, basically every move, but it's true. Almost every move from Palutena will put Rob into a juggle situation. These teleport cancels off ledge are looking real nice to escape a disadvantaged situation.
Yeah, Rob is definitely, like, the weirdest shaped clown ball I've ever seen in my life. You know, you ever see the clowns like juggling whenever you go to the circus, because that's basically what he is, like you said, whenever Palutena touches him. Oh my god, actually only getting the initial hit of the up tilt right there. If he got hit by both hitboxes of the up tilt right there, that would have been a dead Tohru. Easy peasy, would have easily converted into an up air, but Tohru does not live to see another day, actually making me eat my words and speak too soon. That gyro gonna do it right there. Tohru did everything in his power to get out of that initial situation with the first hit of the up tilt, the initial one, but nothing doing on the gyro part, my friend. That is only one powerful hitbox, my friends, and it was off the level, so there was pretty much no other place he could go.
Oh, yeah, so right now, Epic Gabe in a much better position than he was a second ago, you know, not being an entire stock down. I thought he would be going for that that aerial side B right there to connect with the stock, but not quite. Tohru just kind of holding shield pretty confidently on ledge, just barely eating the last few hits of that up air, but not getting caught with the up tilts, and Tohru suddenly in disadvantage, suddenly with Epic Gabriel in the lead.
And he might just lose this stock right now. No, he does not with the get-up attack. It was all off of one exchange that he got out of getting hit off of the lag of auto reticle. You've got to be so careful as a Palutena player in neutral, but apparently, no, you don't last with just a raw up smash
shield, yeah.
to take out Epic Gabriel right there. That's the kind of ballsy option you like to see get utilized against a top player for these guys to be able to bring these games and these sets back, my friend. I was just talking about how you have to be careful utilizing the neutral B and the side B of Palutena because they both are laggy if you're just whipping them out willy-nilly. But then he just whips out an up smash. And speaking of whipping out up smash, there's another one out of shield, this time on the part of Epic Gabriel to reset this situation and make this last stock even. We're down to last stock last.
Yeah, it's incredible. Right now, doing a great job of just, like, both of them are doing a great job of counterplay. We're seeing some insane adaptation from both players right now. Every time one of them seems to have it figured out, one of them seems to be starting to get into an extreme advantage state, the other one just comes back and does the exact same thing in reverse. Like, it's incredible to see two players who are so very good at counterplay just slowly adapting and counter-adapting and counter-adapting to be able to get closer and closer to winning the set and moving on to a top 8 qualifier.
Honestly, my friends, that's a huge one to be at. That's only one more for them after this set for one of these guys to be able to make this top 8 on the winner's side. Will it be the 3rd seed or will it be the 46th to make his way? Right now, looking like the 46th at 46%, actually, as I say that. And now down we go. No gyro in sight, falling off the level right there. And now he's got him in disadvantage. The jetpack not going to do it off the top.
And the down air is the down air. Epic Gabriel, despite looking so far behind, comes out of nowhere. That was what? That was up tilt, up air, down air, right into the blast zone. Epic Gabriel going to take it 3-2 over Tohru. Moving on to his top 8 qualifier. An incredible final stock from Epic Gabe.
What do you want me to say, man?